Welcome to Harold Sounds. Today we're going to be doing a rig rundown of a good friend of mine, James Watling. Now, depending on where you're watching this, you may or may not know him. If you do not know James, James is a lead guitarist for Escape the Curfew, and he's also a guitar luthier for RSConversions. James has been a Brian May enthusiast and a Queen fan for a long time, and over the years he's built Brian May's guitar many times. He has also put together a Brian May guitar rig replica to almost an exact spec of what Brian May uses live. Me and James decided to travel down to Stourbridge to go into a studio called Bass Studios. We caught up, we noodled around on his rig, and then I decided to record a rig rundown. That's what today's video is about. I hope Brian May fans and non-Brian May fans can use this video to get an insight of how to get a pretty good sound like James has achieved here. Let's have a listen to this rig in action.
Going to give a rundown of the names of what the gear you've got, essentially.
Yeah, that's an AC30, that's another AC30, that's another AC30. The two ones on each end, they've got blue and green back speakers in them. So, that's one
So blue and green, blue and green.
Yeah, and the middle one's just got green.
Green.
Because those speakers are 250 quid. Oh, my stupid liners run dry. These are like cheap, they're like 50 quid maybe, they're just power brakes. They're kind of alternative to cats, but £300 less. Probably not as good, but they came free with the two end amps, so
Yeah.
I use them kind of thing. Although I do find that they take away from the tone, so you have to compensate for that by turning the tone kit all the way up on that one.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's the thing that happens with every attenuator though. Pedal board is just a standard Behringer. I've seen quite a few people in the forum asking about it. Nothing special about it. Factory settings. I've put all my stickers on there with my special label printer. But it literally just outputs numbers like 1 through 100 to the G major. This is a rack unit that I made. In here is loads of wiring and stuff which I figured out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Scribbling it on my notes on my phone. So it goes in the back through these, and I've got a splitter here. I can switch between which wireless I want. And it goes here on the wireless, and I get to go to a tuner, which acts as my mute, because if you turn it off, it gets loud control booster. And it goes back in, obviously MIDI out, or in, sorry, for the switch.
Yep.
And then I made it very simple for myself, like setting up with gigs and stuff, so I've got 3 outputs. I know Luke's rigging Brian makes stuff like single cables with just 3 cables splintered off the end, which is ideal, but for me, it works, it's cheap. G major is all the settings are copied over from Luke Timmons,
Yes.
which we copied over from Brian's. So.
Yeah, we love you, Luke.
Yeah, really lovely. Yeah, that's basically it. It's just they're not the best of wirelesses. They are Sennheiser. I think they're XS signs. That's the old one, and I got a new one which is fancy.
Yeah.
Is a bit better. It's got special antennas coming out the back rather than the one that has a plastic case. And it is the antenna itself. That has a metal case and there's 2 antennas sticking out the back. Never had a problem with dropouts.
Is that similar to the one Brian uses?
Brian uses a Shure.
Sure.
Which is like a 7-gram rack unit. They cost me 250 quid each.
Yeah, they do just as well.
They have the trade-offs, you know. They're digital rather than radio. They make a bit of noise when you tap the ring. I mean the body pack, but you can live with that kind of thing for 250 quid. At some point, I'll look into getting a radio system. Those are smaller radio systems, which is good. But that's it for that.
Perfect. The blue speakers, do they make a difference from any of the other speakers that you can find in these?
I might sound terrible to say this, but I don't know. I was talking to Luke, and Luke was like, when I was getting through these amps, because Luke's always the one that makes me spend money, by choice or not. But I'll go quick from a gig of his every single time I come back with like 3 extra amps. It's a genuine trend. But I was like, is there a difference between the blue speakers? Like, yeah, they're way more bright and stuff. And I was like, okay, then sound. So I went and got one CC2X or C2X, which comes with blue on its own, no green.
Yeah.
So I donated the 2 blue speakers out of that to the left and right, and then had just greens from the left and right in the middle, so you know what makes sense? The C2X became a C2, which kind of works out. But these are like stock amps, attenuated. I don't think they really need attenuated though, because the massive volume's quite good at controlling them. But yeah, I love them. Better than the MV50s with the VR chassis.
Yeah.
But they were good. So if you are on a budget, you can get 3 VR cabs. Probably like £80 to £100 each if you look good on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And MV50 is what, 250 quid, so you've got pretty solid amps. But if you can get hold of some amps for like, I got 2 of these each for 300 quid, which is an amazing deal. The middle one I had to pay more for because I couldn't find a deal like that again. That was 600 quid, but worth it in the end. It sounds mint. Just need a Queen band now.
Yeah.
You know, because you look a bit weird rocking up to little clubs to play with your band.
Especially with no wig.
The sound engineer is petrified. You know, you turn up with these, you turn up with one, and he's like, oh, 3. He's not a happy guy, but yeah, it's good.
Nice. I think we have a little bit of time for demos.
You do demo?
So I think, well, do what you want, but I think people would be definitely interested in Magic D.
Yeah, Magic D. Read into that how you will, but the unfortunate, boring, sad truth of it is that it's just the delay from its kind of magic, but I couldn't put it on the label. But you've got just standard stuff, chorus. I think Luke modified it to be a little bit of a faster chorus or something with different grinds, because they like it grind slightly. Phaser, this is the Keep Yourself Alive phaser, the copy of which I don't actually like this one. I think it's way too high end. That one. These are ones that I've made, got an octave. Magic D. 70s kind of stuff, and then ones that I really like that I've added myself and I kind of made is what I used for White Queen. My favourite song is White Queen. Like a 50% level, so it's like half a bar note basically, but it really is nice to do. That's kind of it. To be honest with you, I've not figured out how to make the wah better work. I think you can, I've googled it, but there's not really a point because I've yet to figure out a way to meet the centre out, which is like my next kind of endeavour. But that's the kind of thing you do need a cat rig for.
Yes.
That's a complicated piece of, it's not just like a passive thing that I can do.
Do you reckon you're going to get like the Crybaby wah rack mount that Brian had? No.
I don't need that. I don't use wah riffs, to be honest with you. You know, I think there's only a couple Queen songs I play, and I'm not in a tribute band yet. So I don't think it's kind of a necessary thing. If I really wanted, I've got a Vox one from like the 70s that I could really just put before, or like straight after the tune if I wanted to, if I really felt like it, but no. No. Same with getting the 7-grand wireless system, all that kind of stuff. I think I'm on a medium budget.
Medium. Well, medium when this is like thousands of pounds worth.
Yeah, I mean, to get all the amps, like I got them on a good deal, so I got like 3 amps for like 1200 per which is amazing. I'm grateful to whoever got them along. It was for him, I think. So hi Tom. That was cheap. The G major was 350 quid, which people say is expensive, but I don't know. I made the rack unit, the wireless. Like the only things that cost money that weren't made by me are the amps, the wireless packs, and the G major kind of thing. But the most important thing is kind of the switchboard and all kind of the rack that decides between the wirelesses and splits them all off where they need to go. And it's not failed on me yet. I've had it for about 6 months. And it's been bashed about in the car, going to gigs, so it's worked. So I'm happy.
Nice.
But I'm scared of AC30s because they don't travel well apparently. Whereas MV50s did, Amplitude did. So I'm just eagerly waiting that they were one of these to sell us the globe. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So anyone who's thinking about getting this kind of gear brand new on a low budget, you are, well, both sorry.
I think you could do it for. I think a low budget would be £2,000.
For this kind of stuff, yeah.
And that's not going with full anarchy, you know, like cat amps and stuff. And these do an amazing job. You know, I've played through cat amps, and I'm in the rabbit hole. I'll probably get cat amps at some point.
Yeah.
But they work. They sound great. They shake the floor. They burst your eardrums. That's all you really need. They're good. Yeah.
Great, yeah. If anyone who wants to get good deals on these kind of gear, join the Red Special Forum. There will be a link in either on the screen or in the description. Nice.